Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first stream of the original Deus Ex. Well, I say that, but not really, because obviously it's DX revision. Let me turn down the volume for just a second.
I spill my drink.
So, DX Revision is actually a mod to the original game, and it's one of the rare cases where the mod is, let's see, about 13 or 14 times bigger than the game itself. The core game is only about 437 megs. Revision is more than 6 gigabytes. So that tells you how much they've put into this. Not only that, but it's one of the oldest mods for Deus Ex, and in terms of they've been working on it for 7 years now. They have put a lot of time and effort into this. I am going to have to restart Revision to get the hardware 3D support going. So, hold on a second. Okay, restarting Revision with hardware support. Not like it needs it, because the game doesn't really push the 3D card that much. I mean, the game is 23 years old, and even with Revision, it's showing its age. Well, I can tell you...
I spill my drink.
I can tell you that it does change the maps a little bit. Oh, really? I turned hardware 3D support on and it turned it back off? Huh. Guess it decided it must not need it. But just to give you an example, first off, I can change the field of view up to 100 degrees, or 110. And if I wanted to, you can control whether newspapers are added to your data vault or just the data cubes. You can choose the enlarged ammo belt, weapon belt. You can turn off the flickering lights. And I think that just crashed it. Okay, note to self, don't even touch the Lady Denton things. But you can see here, map type, revision. Some achievements, some modifiers, the revision music, and added NPCs won't work in the vanilla maps. So, I'm going to leave it set to revision. I have turned off Player Bob. And just to give you an idea, HDTP models, that's the high definition texture pack. Take a look. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6. 6 pages of HDTP models which can individually be turned on or off. I am going to say, also you notice it has extra game modes, survival and challenges, or story, which is the original game. Then you have all the original difficulties, easy, medium, hard, and realistic, and additional gameplay modifiers. For example, the 24-hour game, 24 real-time hours to complete the game. Or biasing the ammo towards lethal or non-lethal, whether or not bullets can penetrate thin walls and doors, but keep in mind, if your bullets can do it, their bullets can do it. All enemies cloaked? No. I will turn that one on. Collectibles mode. Bonus awarded for finding each collectible. Find all 75 for an achievement. Explosive extinguishers. Fatal cameras. When enabled, any cameras that activate their alarm will cause you to explode. Now that is a tough one. Hall of Mirrors. When enabled, everyone looks like JC. Heavy items. High nerves. I am the law. Replaces all weapons with anti-tank weapons. Invisible items, invisible lasers, lethal lasers. Glossy magazines. Reloading makes you lose the ammo in the current clip. I'm not going to use that, but that would be one for realism. No augmentations, no items, no jumping, no saving. What the hell? Omnivision. Give the enemies 360-degree vision. I mean, come on, people. Okay, so when you start the game, you start untrained in everything except for pistol. Now there is a cheat that is not. It's kind of a cheat. Actually, let's go back to the modifiers. I didn't even check out Pack Mule. No limit to how much ammo you can hold. I don't need that one. Only one I'm worried about is the collectibles. But there is a little bit of a cheat you can use if you want to start out trained in something. You can literally downgrade pistol back to untrained and get those skill points to add to something else. You know, get 6,500 instead of 5,000. Untrained. An agent can pick locks. Wow, isn't it a good thing that most untrained people can't pick locks? But of course, JC Denton is an agent, so... I imagine the lockpicking lawyer would have a field day with that one if untrained people could pick locks. I am going to pick up a rank in computer so I can hack ATMs and computers and security consoles. And I am going to pick up a rank in lockpicking. Same reason. And a rank in rifle. Leaves me with 500, which isn't enough for anything, so let's go ahead and start. Did it just crash on me? No, it didn't. Okay,
Your
good.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the Ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting, is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. But the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience. And their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Or better than kings. Gods.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong. Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name. Think I've missed my brother's first day? Didn't think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
Well, you do have the option here. Of course, Paul will be disappointed if you don't take the crossbow.
The crossbow. Sometimes you've got to make a silent takedown.
I do take the crossbow, though.
With these tranquilizer darts, you'll have another non-lethal way to take down an enemy in addition to the prod. I get the idea. What's the first move? I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue. I'll see how it looks on shore. Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor. What are my orders when I reach the command center? Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
You notice the extended belt adds 2 more options, or it adds 2 more slots to it. These are activated with the minus key and the equals key. So, yeah, you do have a little bit of extra stuff here. I do think it might have changed. Yeah, but what's the crouch key? Oh. Ah, X. Well, let's see. Can we change that? Yes, we can. Or maybe not. It won't let me map that one. Okay.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Achievement failed? Hold on a second. Okay, that's one of like 90 hidden achievements. Wow. 255 achievements? I did not realize this game had that many. Or I should say this mod had that many. Now crouch. Pick it up. And there's a gas grenade. Now, if you want to end this level quick, there goes one of the black helicopters taking off. If you want to end this level quick, there is a shortcut. Take that gas grenade and throw it right at the door. That'll cause the door to open and the people in there to come running out to look for the source of the grenade. Well,
Never should have transferred.
that's all you have to do. No, pick up the multi-tool. Don't. There we go. A rebreather that I don't need at this point.
Freight base is under lockdown till the danger's gone, Agent Denton.
Right. How you guys holding up?
UNETCO command made us pull back. I guess for Gunther's sake. What's the deal? We're ready to go in.
We're taking a minimum force approach. We're cops, after all.
Ask me. I think we should frag them all. You trespass on UNETCO property, you get pumped full of lead.
When due process fails us, we really do live in a world of terror.
Thought you nanowogs were supposed to be badass killing machines. Guess I was wrong.
Guess so.
Some advice. You get out there, you're gonna have to tangle with some real sons of bitches. Best thing is to pick them off from 50 or 100 paces with a scope. I scored an extra one from a couple of thugs we dropped down by the dock. You can have it for 700 credits. I also picked up some 10mm ammo and some crossbow darts. Say 200 for one and 60 for the other.
Shouldn't you turn that stuff over to the quartermaster?
Sure, I will. As long as Command has the rest of us on parade drill, someone might as well put this hardware to use.
I'll check back with you later.
Better have the right equipment. We'll be sorry.
Here's 60 for the tranquilizer.
So much for that minimum force approach.
It's still minimum force. They're tranquilizer darts, dumbass. But having the extra tranquilizer darts can't hurt. SATCOM and UNATCO 001. Got an EMP grenade now. And I'm sure you can see what I mean about the graphics. Yes, they look way better than they did because of the high definition texture pack. But at the other end of the spectrum, there's only so much you can do with a game that's 23 years old. Another thing that's kind of weird to me is that when it comes to the stun prod, if you tried to shock them head on...
Be careful. The NSF has set up patchwork security systems here.
I think we've got an intruder. All clear.
If you try to pop them in the face with the charger, it takes 2 or more shots. You pop them in the butt and it only takes 1. Just like that. Yeah, and making brand new 3D meshes for all of that? Well, true. Point there.
Got an intruder.
All clear.
AD factor.
Careful. These UNATCO guys.
Of course, the game still has the same problem as the base game. Specifically, as we discovered during one of D-Factor's streams of this game, they do a really good job of planking if you get them in the right place at the right time. Well, the planking thing is the same across all of them, though.
That's the difference right there. Just take a look at
And a lot of the shortcuts, like throwing a gas grenade at the door of the UNATCO building,
He's a good soldier.
still works on all of them.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance. If that's how you judge a man, by performance, then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
As soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
They found us.
Well, Revision did try to fix some of the bugs at least, but even so, it still has a few of the issues. But there, like I said, there's still a lot of exploits that you can use. For example, that's the sound of the grunting from being hit by a tranquilizer dart. See what I mean? They have zero peripheral vision. Well, that's another thing that they kind of sort of fixed in Revision. Revision has different mods you can turn on, and one of those mods to the game is that you can actually give the guards 360-degree vision. They will see everything. Or you can do things like make your any gun that's non-silenced will be 10 times louder to the enemy, so they'll hear it from further away. You can set yourself up with one hell of a challenge. You know, no saves, no more than one inventory item at a time, all that good stuff. Yeah, but it was probably 360 or nothing. Yeah, that is true. How did he not see that? Not like I'm complaining. Well, I'm out of charger.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
Speaking of bioelectric cells, clip mod and laser sight modification. That's true, and I wish more games had that. If only you could.
That's him. He's a cop.
Not like you're going to be conscious long enough. And thanks for the extra tranquilizer darts. I should probably go on ahead and just drop the crowbar. And the knife, even though the one problem with the knife is that you're just going to pick it up again because every single one of these NSF soldiers is carrying one.
It all happened an hour ago. The barge docked and the NSF moved right on in, offloading the cargo into speedboats. Our undercover man, Harley Philbin, should be somewhere out on the docks now.
Well, that is true. That had to be a lucky shot, because I still had enough health. Oh, old endings. Seriously? Seriously?
Your appointment to feed.
It has it, but I didn't have it turned on.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
Paul, I thought you were in. Welcome to the what are we with? The NS. Remember? The cross. Good thing. I get the. I'm going. I'll see you. Your prime. What am I?
Okay, one slight change I'm going to do here. Not that change. Go into settings. I think it's game options. Maybe not. Revision, autosave, level transition or level transition and at the chosen time. I'll set it for every 5 minutes. If it creates a new autosave, you know, if it keeps adding to the number of saves to where I have to delete like 20 saves every couple of minutes, then I might change things.
What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
The bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. And you get to bail him out. Welcome aboard, Agent.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy's stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
We'll have to see. Coincidentally, that's one of the obvious changes between Revision and the original game. If you're using the Revision maps instead of the original maps, normally there is a healing bot under there that can heal you. But in this case, it changes it to just having a baton and some prod charges down there.
Afraid base is under...
We're taking Windu.
Got you?
Guess so.
Some advice.
Shouldn't you?
Sure.
Here's 6.
So much for that.
I died and didn't have autosave turned on, Carrie.
Welcome aboard, Agent.
I've got autosave turned on now. Let's see. If it just uses autosave and overwrites it, then I'll be fine with it. The thing that's going to get me is if it creates a new file called autosave every single time. No. You don't get to... Oh, shit.
I saw somebody.
No, you didn't.
Maybe just a homeless guy. Forget it. I was hearing things.
You mean like the sound? You mean like the electric zap of a charger pod zapping you in the butt? Well, if that's the case, you weren't hearing things.
Be careful. The NSF has set up patchwork security systems here.
Okay, it just auto-saved again. Let's see.
That's him. He's a cop.
Of course, one thing that hasn't changed is that you can get back some of your health by drinking the sodas and eating the soy and whatever else. That hasn't changed, and I'm not sure if they've changed the balance on it or not. You know, whether it heals more or less than it used to. Not sure.
I think we've got an intruder. Take him out.
Oh, I know we do. Nah. Well, soy-based food packets. Not sure what exactly There we go. Sniper rifle, one of my other favorite weapons.
That's the difference right there. Just take a look at him.
Bad?
We cut off his arm, replaced half his face.
Herman, right? He's a good soldier. Killed 3 of our men.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance.
That's true.
Judge a man by performance, then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
As soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
Take him out.
Bash it.
He only managed to squeeze off 1 shot. I'd say that was a pretty efficient use of tranq dart. Or, excuse me, a gas grenade. Okay, I'm gonna double check. Yeah, it does. Okay, it does overwrite. That's good.
That's him. He's a cop.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
However, since I accidentally used a multi-tool, I can't disarm that yet, but I will. Just not now. And that's part of the back way. The reason all these crates are here, part of that is that it's the back route to get up to the upper levels of the statue. One way, of course, that you can deal with those guys is get their attention and run over here and let this sentry droid take care of them.
It all happened an hour ago. The barge docked and the NSF moved right on in, offloading the cargo into speedboats. Our undercover man, Harley Philbin, should be somewhere out on the docks now.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a manual save here because this is where I died. I'm going to wait for him to turn left on his next leg of his patrol. Knock him out. Then follow this guy and knock him out. You know, I don't know why, but shocking him in the butt like that always reminds me of the Batman Arkham Asylum series, because in that one when you knock them out, they're supposed to fall on their back, and then Batman jumps on them and punches them in the face. But every once in a while, they fall face first, and Batman jumps on top of them and knocks them out by punching them in the ass. On the other hand, it is the Batman. If anyone knows how to knock you out by punching you in the butt, it would be him. So...
About time you showed up. Iron and copper. The statue is copper on an iron frame, right?
Password's enough, pal. Don't think you know something about the lady I don't. My dad did tours out here.
I heard that you can get inside.
Depends. You get your man out, take back the statue, whatever. But I know the commander and I don't want to see him get hurt. Here's a picture so you don't make a mistake.
You can trust me.
I'll take your word. Here's the key to the front entrance. Commander's not much of a soldier. He'll surrender as soon as he sees you. I need him alive because he's my main contact at the NSF. If he's dead, I don't have much of a business.
Thanks.
More flares. Of course, you can't sell any of that. Combat knife, which I already have. Crowbar, which I already have. Not much there. But...
You with Philbin?
I get a cut for bringing him over.
Tell me what you know about the NSF operation.
I'm not that high level. The more elite troops, they're the ones that took over the ship and unloaded it into speedboats. I think we're supposed to be a diversion.
A ship?
That's all I know. The commander gave me a 10mm clip, a box of 30-06 ammo, and some crossbow darts and said, keep your head down. Like I'm gonna take on your NATCO troops. Want 'em? You can have the clip for 175, the 30-06 for 300, and the darts for 50. But if I was you, I'd avoid a head-on attack altogether and not even use the key Philbin got. I'd go in the statue from the back. Less security that way.
I'll give you 50 for the darts.
The commander's the whole reason my neighborhood turned into a war zone. Somebody should stick him full of these things like a roast pig. Sure you can't buy some ammo?
Here's 300. Give me the 30-06 ammo.
Thanks.
I'm not sure if I have enough picks to do this, but... Okay, come down there and unlock that. Come up and take a breath. Switch back to the crowbar. Get the sawn off. Oh, dadgummit. I just now thought about that. Well, I'll have to worry about it next time. F12 is the key that you use to turn on your light. But unfortunately, it's also the key for Steam to take a screenshot unless you change it from the default. But I have an accuracy mod and a reload mod that I can apply somewhere. Yeah, well, I did have the default changed, but then I had to reinstall Steam because something corrupted the files, and I guess it changed it back. Well, I'm out of prods for now.
That's him. He's a cop.
The only drawback is it still gives them a chance to take a pot shot or two in my direction. Also, damn you muscle memory, now I'm going to have to try to forget about the way things were done in Mankind Divided. Because in Mankind Divided, to holster a weapon was H, now it's right mouse. Tech goggles and some 30-06 ammo. I wonder if they left that. I know there was one of these benches out here that had a lockpick on it. I wonder if that's still there. Because I could really use it. I'm kind of out of both. I'm kind of out of both lockpicks and multi-tools. And if I remember correctly, it was one of these two, or not. There we go. One lockpick. It's not on the bench anymore, but he is still there. And I'm going to go ahead and explore this hazmat suit. Oh, really? Ah. Oh well. There we go. In and out without having to disable the electric field. Yeah, I will admit that this game's grasp of little things like friction is a little bit slippery. Guess I might as well use that med kit that I have. Thanks for the darts.
A shame, isn't it? The French terrorist group Silhouette claims that France was wrong to give the US the statue. We think they planned the bombing.
No, they didn't. I mean, come on, guys. You know this game. You know how this game is. All the conspiracies are true. So the bombing of the statue was an inside job. That's all I'm going to say. Or a black flag operation. Thanks for the tranquilizer,
I
Dart.
saw somebody. Maybe I got this one.
Yes, you did. You also saw me shooting you in the face with a dart. These darts have quite the range on them, actually. Do you now? Considering you managed to not hit me despite all the shots you fired, I'd say probably not. See what I mean about the planking? Okay, be right back. I hear a cat that wants to come in. Wants to come in. I don't know. Like I said, she's been turning around and going right back out. Do not let that see you. Crap, I keep mistiming this. Thanks for all the soy food, people. Well, that's a little bit of an improvement.
I swear I heard something. I got this one. They found. That's him. He's a cop. Take him out. Let's get the hell out of here.
Suspected that was going to happen.
Pig. God damn.
Yeah, 200 some odd of them, yeah. part of me wants to know how they accomplished that. I mean, it can't be easy to modify a game that's already 23 years old. On the other hand, the Steam API is probably pretty easy to access. Yeah, me either. Hello, Nix. But at the other end of the spectrum, I'm not against the retro achievements either. You know, it's not something where I've played this game so many times, I'm just not going to go out of my way to get the achievements.
Laser-triggered alarm. If you don't want to set off the alarm, you can either hack the control panel in the doorway or find a way around. My blueprint of the statue shows a few air shafts.
Well, in this case, if you take a look at it, disarmed for making an enemy drop their weapons. Supercomputer manipulator, master the computer skill, master demolition skill, master environmental training. There's one for all the skills. Getting an upgrade. Purity first. That one is challenge focused, which means never installing an augmentation. Fully loaded for filling all the augmentations. So there are a few of them that are challenge run focused, but a lot of them really aren't. I mean, oh hey, you bought a vial of Zyme, boom, achievement. Oh hey, you listened to someone's phone call, boom, achievement. So as far as retro achievements go, they're not that bad, at least in this game.
The NSF put a commercial-grade security bot in this area. You can either avoid its patrol route, or, if you're feeling lucky, try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms. This security setup is strictly amateur stuff. Keep an eye out for ways to bypass it. These old pre-millennial buildings are riddled with ventilation shafts and maintenance tunnels.
Really? I haven't read all of them. Well, no, it doesn't have that one, but it might have one for starting a new game plus. Which is something it does have.
Someone there? I got this.
Oh yeah, it has quite a lot of that kind of stuff. Account number and PIN number so I can get some money out of the ATM machine. Reminds me, laser mod, that'll help. The funny thing is, the sawed-off shotgun, you can increase the clip size on that. Yeah, there has been games like that. That was back before Microsoft decided to lay down the law and insist that achievements had to be something people actually had to work at. Because, I mean, there's one game in particular, and the only way to get it is to like buy it at a used game store like Games Exchange or something. But the achievements were so easy that you could get every single one of them in less than 10 minutes. Just by doing stuff by, say, watching the credits. That kind of stuff. And I still don't have any Omni tools. Fine. Go ahead and set it off. Now, what was that code again? No. Pick that up, please. What is the key for... okay. 230023. Oh, that's something new too, by the way. Take a look. You remember the note... D-Factor, you remember the notes section? How all the notes just kind of piled up and piled up and piled up? That's one of the changes that they've made to it. They've actually divided it into sections. You can add your own notes now. Then there's notes from data cubes, notes from literature, emails you found, and on top of that, you actually have a search function now. Yeah, I mean, it is nice because by the end of this game you had piled up so many notes. 230023. And yes, I will take your 200 credits. Hate to do it, but I'm going to try to climb back down and come around the front way. So I have easy access, because I don't have a single Omni tool. Or a multi-tech tech tool, as he calls them. Or, you know, turning off the cameras without needing a multi-tool. Also, somehow, I managed to forget to break that crate and get that first aid kit. Which is going to be kind of useful right about now. Yeah, let's go ahead and heal my legs a little bit. You got to be careful with these. You really do. Okay, this is the front of the building where I want to be, but if I fall from here, I'm dead. Ha. Cute. And that's why you have to watch out for those things. Thankfully, I have an autosave from here. Eesh. Yeah, I mean, the crate says TNT. You know it's explosive. Oh, thank you for collapsing right there, by the way. Yeah, it does tend to be a little bit sensitive. Another lamb, otherwise known as a grenade. Thanks.
Fascist.
Off. Turret status enemies. Turret status enemies. Door access unlocked and open. And before I go in there, just in case, I'll pick all this back up in a minute.
Glad you're not hurt, Agent.
Command should not have left us to be surrounded.
Risk is part of the job. I think you lucked out this time.
Agent Navarra and I were ready to go in, but for no reason they said pull back. I do not retreat. Please give me a weapon and move out of the way.
As you wish, take my knife.
Take my knife.
That will be adequate. I will secure this level. You proceed up the stairs to the command center at the top.
I don't really use the sawed off, so I'm gonna drop it again. No. I do use med kits. I don't use the sawed off. Thank you. See you later, D-Factor. Sleep well. And I definitely need to heal some stuff now. Such as my torso. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You can survive if you look at that. Oh. I do have multi-tools. For some reason, they're just not on my tool bar. Let's swap those two. But, and I don't need the PS20 either. The PS20 is basically a single-shot plasma weapon. But if you look at the health bar, if one of your arms gets down to 0, that just means you can't use two-handed weapons. If one of your legs gets down to 0, you get slower. You only die if your torso gets down to 0. And let's go ahead and use that soy food. There we go. No more laser grid. And a soda. Let's have 2 more points of healing.
Pig.
Achievement unlocked. How loyal is the hungry turret? Okay, and here again I'm going to overwrite that save game because gas grenades. The way they've got the game set up, if you use a you can either throw a grenade, in which case it explodes after like 3 seconds or so, or you can use it as a wall mine, in which case if you get close enough you've got a chance to disarm it and add it to your own inventory. So right at this particular moment I have 3 gas grenades.
Gunther has re-established contact. He says you helped him escape. Good work. Some news, JC. The NSF targeted a shipment of the plague vaccine Ambrosia. We can't locate it. See if the leader will surrender when you reach the command post. We'd like to interrogate him.
Is someone there?
That's him.
Achievement. Friendly fire. There must have been another one standing right behind him that I didn't see, and one shot the other.
Easy. We want you to take this one alive and conscious. Find out what you can about the shipment, then turn him over to one of the troopers.
Grab that canister.
Don't shoot. I surrender.
So you think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's Ambrosia shipment?
You're too late. It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
Tell me about the shipment, and I'll order the troops to pick you up as a prisoner instead of a corpse.
Ask away. We already won this round.
Where are you taking it?
We're just giving ordinary people the same chance to survive as the bureaucrats in Washington.
You'll have to unload in New York because the choppers would spot you at sea.
I think the government made the plague on purpose to get rid of the population growth.
Well done. I will pass on your orders to the troopers. Report back to base on the west side of the island. Mission complete.
The chief finally let us loose. We were right behind you and cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
Well, it's really easy to cut through them like a hot knife through butter when all the butter is unconscious. Except for that guy, he's dead. More planking. Planking, you're doing it right.
They sent us in to pick up the pieces. We've already searched the bodies and delivered the enemy munitions to the quartermaster.
The NSF had a commercial-grade security bot in this area, but one of our soldiers zapped its electrical system with an EMP grenade.
Good. It means I don't have to do it. Also, if you come in here, there's this. It's going to use both of my picks to do it. Or, if I had something explosive, like, say, a rocket launcher... Oh, wait, I do. Sorry to the rat, but that's 200 credits. It's the only thing I use those things for anyway. It's just about the only time I ever use those is to blow open doors and stuff. Make sure there's not anything I've forgotten. Might see about talking to Harley Philbin again.
You're a man of your word. I like that.
Love that skyline. Of course, the catch is that it's not 3D rendered. It's just, you know, a flat background. It's got a nice skybox, though. That's true. And in fact, they used that. And in fact, they used background matte paintings like that in a lot of that series. I hope these guys appreciate the effort I put into making sure that they were just knocked out.
Don't worry about the bodies. We'll handle the cleanup.
Because the thing is, any of them that you didn't knock out,
Someone should have put a slug in the commander's head.
any of them that you didn't knock out will be dead when you come back through. So,
Way to go, sir.
grab this, might come in useful later.
Minimum force won't work in the city. You better take some hardware.
I don't have the 700 for the scope.
Check back after you get your op bonus.
And you'll notice that some weapons do already, like for instance the sniper rifle, already has a scope. And the 10mm pistol can't take a silencer because there's a silenced 10mm pistol that has a built-in one. Kind of weird, but there you go. That's also a really heavy-ass gun if you think about it. 10 pounds for a pistol? 15 pounds for the mini crossbow. Yeah, no.
We've got the island secured. How did things look in the statue? The leader surrendered. So they were after Ambrosia. A month's supply for the East Coast. We think they've taken it back to the city. I didn't know UNATCO handled the Ambrosia distribution. Manderley will brief us shortly. UNATCO makes sure the limited supply of vaccine gets to government agencies and key industries. It's good to finally see some action. Just keep a level head. You're doing well so far. Now get inside. I'll meet you in Manderley's office, level 2.
Meade bucks Congress. Defying Congress for the third time this year, President Meade unilaterally paid the United States late dues to the United Nations. Like good tenants, we must pay our rent on time, he told reporters. Leaders of both parties criticized the move. Where does he get the cash? Asked Senator Rydon, Democrat Illinois, clearly from some budget item yet to be approved by this Congress. The Republicans were no kinder. This council member has been betrayed, and so has America, said Senator Osno Liverpool, Republican California. The Congress came together to approve a UNATCO presence on U.S. soil, but we didn't write a blank check. No, sir, a superpower does not pay rent. It should.
Way to go, sir. I thought Gunther was a goner.
Gonna go ahead and use this, but I'm gonna keep the candy bar out.
It's my first day, too. I'm pretty excited.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
And yet, I will do it.
I was in your class at the academy. You probably don't remember.
Now let me make sure that was added. No, it wasn't. Okay. It's not added because I don't have it turned on.
Manderley's office is on level 2. He's expecting it. I've got to watch the doors. I've got to watch the doors.
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
Yes, I know. Welcome to UNATCO, the United Nations Anti-Terrorist Coalition. Now then. Actually, you don't have to do that. You
Come on
can.
in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
Before the briefing, you've got to go to level 3 for your equipment and a medical examination. See Jaime Reyes in the med center and Sam Carter in the armory.
JC. Mind if I call you JC?
Well, that is my name. And I very much prefer not to be called by what JC stands for.
Hell of a first day.
There's a lockpick to replace the lockpick that I just used. And a multi-tool. Yeah, and if you
know the NSF had so many people in New York.
And if you really want to, you can use that water fountain to completely heal at 1 point per use. Yeah, and no one cares. Now later you'll have the keys to all of this. Like that. Office door key code, which applies to all the offices on this floor. Which is what I was really after. Now I won't have to worry about picking the door locks. At least not on these doors. No email today, no alternate accounts. Because you have that. See, I just locked him into his office. And this is your brother's office. Although there's no email in his account. Oh, you can also play around with the lamps if you want. And that's another way down to the next level.
Your partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarra, is in the adjoining break room to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Terrorism, crime or conscious threat profiling, know the NSF. Essentially, Washington, Montana, Oregon, and Northern California seceded from the United States, and that's the NSF forces. Ten years ago, in response to the Sporting Weapons Act of 2042, splinter groups from nearly every state militia refused to surrender their rifles, grenades, landmines, and other collectibles prohibited by the act. I'm like, landmines? The hell are they doing with the landmines? Yes, I want all that 375 credits, thank you. Something else you can do. Apparently you can play pinball. Oh, and don't go in the woman's restroom. Unless you just want to hear what Manderley has to say about it.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
Pausing here just for a second, what he was just saying about there being a plot to replace the lemon lime with orange, you actually find out in the next game, I think, or later in this game, I'm not sure, but you find out later, he was right. They were plotting against him to replace his lemon lime soda with orange. NASA scientists confirmed that the eroded remains of the Alba Patera crater on Mars precisely match the face of President Meade. It's him, declared senior planetary specialist Kevlar Umla. There's his nose, that ridge, see? See the crater rim marking his hairline? The way he combs his hair appearing in this region of parallel valleys? The White House had no comment. However, Martin Wisdom, president of EA, Enemies of Aliens, EA, told Midnight Sun, "This is the evidence we've been looking for, a warning that Mr. Meade is not human. He is probably a Martian general, a war hero come here to conquer the Earth with the assistance of the United Nations."
My new partner, J.C. Denton. Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
My vision is augmented.
At least it is a way that we know when it's not foul.
Forgive my interruption. I just wanted to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
He will not be the equivalent of his brother. I have seen that he knows the procedure of a good offensive.
Let us hope you are right.
I won't let you down, Agent.
I have to prepare for the mission.
Good, you have to get out of my way, too.
We finally got to cap some rebels, eh, Denton?
Manderley's office. And again, this is a change on the this is another change between revision and the original. In the original, Anna and Herman shared an office. Here they've put them into separate offices, which really makes more sense, actually. The new access code for the detention wing is 31173. We are anticipating a new contingent of prisoners from tonight's operations, and I've been informed that an official from Washington may be attending the corresponding interrogations. Yes, Walden Simons. He may request your presence if you're not otherwise occupied with a field operation. Please keep this information confidential to help ensure the continued security of the area. Apparently, Agent Herman wants a skull gun. Yeah, I am, and the fountain is one option, but we'll look into. Oh. Responding to an outbreak of Grey Death that quickly overwhelmed all city services, National Guard forces were placed under the command of local law enforcement today and mobilized to help disposal of the recently deceased. However, the National Guard soon proved inadequate in containing the chaos, and in many cases the dead were simply left lying in the streets while the dying, mostly homeless, have wandered the city until collapsing. Traffic jams and looting remain widespread, and as fear of the disease continues to escalate, frequent riots have made any attempt at an organized cleanup impossible. With the threat of secondary diseases looming, city officials have consulted with the CDC in Atlanta and ordered a mass grave to be dug in Gateway National Park.
I have to prepare for the mission.
Yes, you do. And I can't pick that. And I think it really did just crash. No, it didn't. It's just taking an unusually long amount of time to save. Or is it? And here I thought we had solved that problem. Well, it won't be a problem.
You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? I guess not. Let's see. JCD, password, Bionic Man.
Recently released evidence from last year's bombing of the Statue of Liberty supports growing rumors that link the incident with the French terrorist group Silhouette. Already, members of Congress are calling for immediate cessation of diplomatic relations between the U.S. and France unless the responsible parties are brought to justice. Rash accusations will not reverse the damage already done, said Director Joseph Manderley. Both France and the U.S. subscribe to the UNATCO Charter, and we are committed, to the full and ongoing investigation of this horrible crime. An anonymous email received from an individual purporting to be the Silhouette Minister of True Lies denies all responsibility. For that, you must go to the center of the maze, the email said in part. UNATCO Handbook, UNATCO and the Public. In carrying out their duties, UNATCO agents often come in contact with the public. You are a peacekeeper, and your first objective is to safeguard human life. Though terrorists may see an advantage in harming civilians, UNATCO agents do not issue a warning before firing at a suspect, and always instruct bystanders to get down on the ground. Refrain from firing into large crowds. Every civilian hurt is collateral damage. However, keep in mind that no civilian with a clearance below Angel 0A should be trusted and may be a potential spy. Anyone can be a spy, and secrecy is our ally. Pick up another gas grenade, pick up another EMP grenade. The sniper rifle, which won't be added to inventory, but it'll add some ammo. JCD. From Jamie Reyes, who's the medic on base. Hey, guess I'll have to get used to calling you JC around the office. Not sure where they came up with that, but at least they gave you the same last code name as your brother. Anyways, whatever they're calling you, it's good to see a familiar name on the roster. My first job here has been to read up on your augmentations. I'm beginning to see why you found classes so easy. Every neuron in your head has been augmented. For example, the voice in your head from an operator, someone here at HQ, able to handle the scanning equipment in your skull and broadcast advice over your infolink, leaps fully formed right into your temporal lobe, bypassing the eardrum and its sensory neurons, and is perfectly inaudible to everyone around you. Not to mention that the nanites clinging to your axons can both receive and transmit symbolic information, so if you ever need help, don't sweat it. Someone at HQ probably already knows. I was asked by the regional medical coordinator to forward this information to all of you. I do so without further comment. By now you've heard about the upcoming transition to nano-augmentation. It's coming, but not as soon as you think. UNATCO has only one nano-augmented agent, with a second just now graduating from the academy. It'll be years before the program leaves the lab. Your mechanical augmentations are not obsolete. Some agents express concern that they will be walking junk in 10 years. One agent expressed their fears in an anonymous email saying, "We'll be sold at flea markets, old grey golems for scaring the children. So what about my legs? What about my life?" Pretty obvious from the bad spelling who sent that one in. Keep some perspective. Prosthetics remain the only proven technology for enhancing human abilities. Those who make the sacrifice are appreciated, commended, and saluted as heroes. Nano-augmentation stressors, talking about the stress created by resentment among fellow agents. Oh, and the UNATCO Handbook. Welcome to UNATCO. This manual and all material that is not otherwise marked is classified Angel 0A. If you are not Angel 0A or above, report immediately to your supervisor or face disciplinary action. Other classifications will be explained upon reaching higher clearance. And you can pause and read that if you want, if you're watching it later. I don't feel like reading everything right now. UNATCO in the world.
JC. Mind if I call you JC?
Well, there goes my last lockpick for now. But, all three kinds of darts. Thanks for the nano key. Which lets me get in here, but I can't pick it right now. Yeah, they changed that a little bit. They've also changed this, adding him to that.
Gunther should have followed orders.
Again, this is a difference between the original game and this one.
I can't wait to get to New York.
In the original game, those two doors led to the bathrooms. Now he's guarding the entrance to the gun range. I wonder if it's an actual gun range. Tech goggles hanging there on the wall. Yes, it is an actual gun range, complete with targets. 52 credits. Some binoculars there.
Situation normal, sir. Situation normal, sir.
Handprint scanner. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Yeah, they have changed this up in revision. Because, like I said, none of this was here.
Way to go, sir.
Oh, and there are restrooms down here on this level, too. And again, don't go in the woman's restroom unless you want Manderley to chew you out for it. You can flush the toilets, but unlike Duke Nukem, it doesn't heal you.
You're getting warm.
And they've changed this up significantly.
You're red hot. Looks like you found me.
Changed G. Herman password to Zeitgeist. Next week, I guess it'll be Schadenfreude. Strange guy. Newspaper. Talking about the, and of course, even the scientists think it's extraterrestrial. Domination 5F. The noted failure of previous attempts to create a low-profile rotary aircraft, the Black Helicopters, involved the acquisition and retrofitting of available military hardware that had neither the range, ceiling, nor electromagnetic transparency to avoid numerous eyewitness accounts or unauthorized military interactions. In addition to exacerbating public misconceptions about governmental operations, such encounters also jeopardized several key missions. Project Dybbuk was initiated to address this issue through the creation of a stealth aircraft that could be used as a platform for a number of mission objectives. Found some soda. Again, saving the candy bars, but using the soda. Server room back there.
Like leading a mouse to cheese.
This thing is starting to give me a headache.
Don't worry, we shut it down when you go off duty.
I guess I'll get used to it.
I'm Alex Jacobson, communications engineer.
I suppose you already know who I am.
Getting there. You're certainly quicker on the uptake than your brother Paul ever was.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I'll be watching your back. It'll be interesting to see how the transmission sounds in Manhattan.
But yeah, this is all changed up. 737-837, huh? Although it really is just a server room. But, yeah, this was not there. And there used to be a pinball machine over here somewhere. And I'm like, why would they put a pinball machine inside the office of your IT guy? Matsu Gravis GV4 Nightingale Medical Bot. Well, that's that thing. Let's go on ahead and use that. Switch to health. Heal all. And my left leg is still damaged, but at least that got me back up to 100% elsewhere. And it'll recharge and I can finish healing up in a few seconds. Restricted area, which is locked off to me.
Years of training and you're still all thumbs.
Shut up, Jaime. In recent years, the swelling tire, basically it's the origins of UNATCO. And the MedLab closet key code. UNATCO handbook, dedication. But that was the key code I just got. Second med kit. 3 throwing knives on that guy. Let's come back here to health. Heal all again. Go to augmentations. Microfibril muscle, which lets me lift heavier objects. Or combat strength, which increases the effectiveness of melee weapons. Well, I usually use the microfibril muscle, and I'm not going to change from that.
Hey, JC.
You look like the real thing. They actually let you operate on people?
Just fixed Gunther's knee, in fact. A sticky actuator. So far, I feel more like a mechanic than a doctor.
I'm impressed.
They actually let you point a gun at people.
We'll have to catch up later. I've got to leave for New York right away. Could you send Manderley whatever it is he wants?
No problem. Listen, JC. About your augmentations. You know they're preparing to roll out the technology worldwide, right?
As long as I don't turn green and grow a pair of antennas, as I understand it.
Yeah, well, the design's pretty modular, which means you'll soon have access to upgrades from standard augmentation canisters.
Great. Have anything for me?
Not yet. But remember, if you find one of these canisters, that you need a medbot for installation.
I'll do that.
The canisters contain a colloid of ROM modules. Some are generic upgrades, others require you to make permanent choices about how to configure one of your subsystems.
It's about time they implemented some of this stuff.
Years of training and you're still all thumbs.
Later on in the game, you get a list of everybody's passwords, but yeah, G. Herman talking about a sticking actuator, and then that's that. So, any rate, we got our mission goals here done. Yeah. This area right here that we're looking at now is where Agent Herman's and Agent Navarre's offices used to be.
Gunther should have followed orders.
And of course that leads back to another area that we're not supposed to be in.
At ease, Agent Denton.
General Carter, I read about the Merced operation in school. This is a great honor.
I'm not a general anymore. Just call me Carter.
I can't believe what the NSF did to your family.
Enough of that, soldier. We each have our troubles. I lost my children, but you've had to grow up without your parents, which requires more courage. I don't think it matters.
My parents died in a car accident. That's different.
I said that's enough. You have your own op and time is short. How about I issue you a stealth pistol?
That sounds fine. Thank you, sir.
What else do you think you'll need?
Can you spare a nanotech tech tool?
A man who uses his head. I like that. Now move out. Manderley's waiting.
Hey, what about that guy out front selling munitions? Is that allowed?
Oh, Kaplan, right. We've got some screwballs around here, but he's not the problem. It's whoever's been breaking into the armory.
Someone at UNATCO's a thief?
Yes, sir. And damn good.
Way to go, sir.
Now, see, the thing is, I've played Revision before, but at the time they didn't have the Revision maps in place. They just had the original vanilla maps. So I am actually not familiar with some of the changes they've made, which is cool because it means this is almost a blind playthrough. I mean, the plot is still going to be the same, but other than that,
got to cap some rebels, eh, Denton?
Mr. Manderley, FYI, your new password is Night Killer. Your login is still J Manderley. Oh.
Good work out there, Mr. Denton. Mr. Manderley said you handled yourself nicely. Welcome to UNATCO HQ. Our little family keeps getting bigger.
Is Mr. Manderley available?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Log in JCD, password Bionic Man.
Alex already told me. Thanks.
You're going to make a mess. You're going to make a mess.
There we go. I just read that government regulators have nationalized the third airline this year, and the story was buried on the 6th page of the Times. No one seems to care that Uncle Sam is gradually taking control of every means of public transportation. The FAA claims that the airline's management botched the safety records. Lies. Have any of these records been made public? Do they even exist? Rule by executive order is now the norm. Goodbye, due process. What you have to remember is that we the people are members of a republic, and you must learn to trust those that you choose to represent you. The government is not a heartless machine running our lives. It is comprised of people just like you who deserve our trust and respect.
They're waiting for you, Agent. Go on in.
Oh, and also, when you came into her office, his office was over here. But they moved it because they needed some extra room for the gun range, I guess. Madison High School junior Betty Souza will spend the semester at the Canyon City boot camp, say school officials. The crime? We have verified that she told another student she knows how to make a bomb. What makes this case notable is that the parents have filed a lawsuit against the school district. Our daughter wears black, says Father Brandon in a prepared statement. She has an occipital jack and we let her use it to play games. We allowed her to get a tattoo when she turned 16, but none of this makes her a criminal. The parents claim that Betty was discussing a novel by Tom Robbins taught at Madison High when the mention of explosives occurred. Betty Souza will not be alone in Canyon City. Last year, 15,234 young people served sentences in the state's FBI-run Good Behavior Camps, a legacy of the Northwest War. Oh, same newspaper. Locked, so I can't get in there. They made his office nicer. I think I just moved his comfy chair.
That will be JC's job.
What's that? Power station. The NSF have Ambrosia in a warehouse protected by cameras and booby traps. We want to power down the whole system.
We're taking one illicit generating plant, protected by weak groups of NSF. Knock out that plant, and Paul's team can walk right into the warehouse.
Just tell me where it is. The NSF are openly resisting our deployed forces, gradually falling back. You'll have to deal with them first.
And you be ready, Paul. When the power drops, Go in, and go in hard.
I'll use my discretion.
Go in like the U.S. Marshals. We lose the vaccine, I'm sending your butt to the mayor to explain why he and his 3 daughters won't get their pills this month.
Yes, sir. Let's not waste any time, JC. Get down to the dock. A boat is waiting to take you and your partner, Anna Navarro, to shore.
Yes, get moving. Here's your op bonus for the great job you did in the statue, plus 250 for rescuing Agent Herman. That's 1,250.
Yes, I can add.
Take care of our people around here.
Thank you, sir. We'll meet up in the city.
You'll come to admire your partner. She's one of our best. You'll behave like a professional. That's an order.
Might I suggest again a skull gun for my head? Yesterday in Battery Park, some scum we all know pushes smack for NSF, gets jumpy and draws. I take 2 22s, 1 in flesh, 1 in augs, before I can get out that assault gun. If I could kill just by thought, it would be better. Is it my job to be a human target practice backstop? Our little experiment should be arriving soon. Clear it for Domination 5F ops as soon as possible, but proceed with caution. We have serious concerns about the primary unit, they're talking about Paul, and would like to avoid any potential contamination.
You'll behave like a professional. That's an order.
UNATCO in the future.
Leave from where you arrived, Denton. The boat dock. Move it.
I see they did leave him with his private bathroom. And sure enough, data cubes, literature, emails, other. Okay. And in an example of developer foresight, if you go talk to Janice Reed first, and she gives you your login, then later when you go see Alex, he's like, "Oh, I see Janice has already given it to you." If you go to Alex, if Alex gives you your password first, and then you go see her, well, you saw that. She's like, JC is like, "Oh, Alex already told me." And something about JC is that all of the agents that are part of this program receive names after our code names are based on biblical figures. Paul is obvious. JC? Yeah, Jesus Christ. Hopefully no one calls him that. Anyway, we are like 1 minute shy of the 4-hour mark. 10-hour mark. Good God, Mark. So that's where I'm going to end it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming, and have a great